Hey guys, welcome back. Today is a book review. I'm here in my workout gear and still playing around with my curly hair. I'm using a different video resolution and I don't really know how this is going to work out. The way I normally film it can be converted to HD, but it can't be converted to the widescreen format that YouTube has, which is why I always have the bars on the side. So I'm trying out filming in the widescreen format, and the problem with filming this way is that I don't have any zoom in or out capabilities at all. I can't change any of the effects at all, which is why I don't typically do it and don't really like it. But sometimes when I play videos back on YouTube and look at them, I get annoyed that I have the bars on the side. So I'm just trying this. So if you have an opinion about it at all, if you have a preference one way or the other, or if you like this, don't like this, then let me know so that I know how to film kind of moving forward. If everybody likes this and this is their preference, then I will do it this way. We'll just have to figure out how it will work with, trying to zoom in or show you things up close and that kind of thing. So I have no idea how it will turn out, so I guess we will see. So I told you today is a book review, and the book I want to talk about today is One for the Money. It's a Stephanie Plum novel by Janet Evanovich. This is not a new book. This has been around for a very long time. And as you know, with my book reviews, I always try to tell you how I feel about the book and give you a sense of what the book is like, in my opinion, without actually telling you anything about it, because I don't like to ruin any of it. So I'm going to try to do that, as I always do. Janet Evanovich, I've read some of her other books. She has a cult following. She's a very popular writer, and it's kind of along the lines of the way maybe Danielle Steele does, or some of those other types of writers where people love their books and they want to read all of their books. I don't feel that way about the books. Just to be honest, I don't dislike them, but I don't get the rage about them. It just isn't necessarily for me. But like I said, I don't dislike them. This book, I think, is very entertaining. It's an entertaining read. This is the kind of book that I would have loved reading when I was in probably about the 5th grade. And now I was always an advanced reader as a kid. I was reading adult books long before I should have. When I was such a voracious reader that when I was little, I would sit for hours and read, and it was not uncommon for me to plow through. I can remember one day reading 12 chapter books, all of them from start to finish. So by the time I was in 5th grade, I was reading adult books that suited my reading needs more. This is not something I would recommend to a child. There is a lot of sexuality, sexual conversations. There's violence in it. So I'm not recommending this to kids, but when I'm just, saying that this is one that I would have read voraciously at about 5th grade. Now as an adult, having read thousands and thousands and thousands of books, it's an entertaining read, but it's not one for me that I'm like, this is the best book that I have ever read. Okay, it falls in the category of, one of those books that you sort of get the formula and you know what's going to happen and you know how it's going to turn out, and if it's a mystery book, you know who did it very early on and that kind of thing. Once you kind of have the formula, once you kind of know how these books work, then they all sort of are the same. And so not a book that, for me is the best book of all times, but it was a very entertaining read. I enjoyed it, and it's perfect for, the book you want to read while you're laying in the bathtub. We just finished summer, but it's a good quick summer read, or read for the beach. A read while you're traveling in the airplane, or, driving in the car for any kind of distance. That sort of thing. It's easy, it doesn't require a lot of brain power, it is entertaining, and when you're done with your trip and you're done with the book, it all just wraps itself up nicely. Okay, so let me give you a little idea of what the book is about. It does have a female main character. She basically, out of necessity, becomes a bounty hunter, and the person that she's hunting, she has a history with. The main person she's hunting has a history with. And she knows nothing about being a bounty hunter, and so you can just kind of imagine what ensues when somebody doesn't, takes on a job, especially that kind of a job, and has no idea what they're doing. So, I really can't tell you any more about the book because I will really start to ruin it. So all I can say to you is, if you want a light read, if you like female characters, if you like there to be some humor behind the female characters, they're a little unstable and relatable in ways, and I don't mean unstable as in crazy, I just mean unstable as in, lost in life, don't know where they're going or what they're doing with themselves, that kind of thing. You will enjoy it. If you like sort of like detective type novels, not the kind that's all about the law and the crime fighting and that sort of thing, but more of those types of books that are kind of about the characters and a little bit lighter, then you will enjoy it. And I would recommend it to somebody to get. If you're somebody who likes to collect books and likes books that have a lot of books in a series and you can, read them all kind of from start to finish or collect them, then this will be perfect for you. This is a good kind of book to sort of share with other people because it's not a high pressure read. It's not hard to understand. A lot of people can kind of relate to it because it's sort of easy read. So it's one that if you're, if you share with your family or your friends or, your mom, something like that, it might be a good one for that. A lot of you have probably already read this. Like I said, it's not new, but for some of you, you maybe haven't picked it up or didn't really know what to think. And so, I would say all in all, it's an enjoyable read. It is one that I would buy, particularly if you are a collector. So you might want to read it at the library first, but I think a lot of people would read it and think, yeah, that's a pretty good book. I would buy it and collect it. So, obviously there are a lot of books that I have read that I would say borrow them, even books that I liked, I would say borrow them and then decide if you want to buy them. This is one that I could see a lot of people enjoying having as a collection. So, I don't normally say that, but this is one that falls in that category. So, if you've never read anything by Janet Evanovich, this is the first one in quite a decent series that she's built up. The Stephanie Plum, Stephanie Plum is obviously the character name. So the Stephanie Plum novels are very popular. And obviously it is one of those that's like 1 for the money and then 2 for something and then 3 for something, and then it's one of those kind of series. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, then you will enjoy this as well. So that's all I'm going to tell you about it. Sorry. But it is an enjoyable read. I did like it. I would read more. Again, does not fall under man, I really love these books, or they're the best author ever, or it's the best thing I've read in a long time. It's just a nice, simple, enjoyable read. Alright, well, if you have any questions about it, as always, let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you have any video suggestions, comment down below, and also tell me how you're doing and what you have read lately, because every time you guys comment down in the comment section about books that you're reading or books that you like to read, I actually do add it to my want to read list, and I do work my way through that want to read list. So there are a lot of books in that list. I'm not going to tell anybody, it's not going to be like, oh, you listed it and then I'm going to go to the store tomorrow and get it, but I am going to get to it. So please tell me down in the comments what you would suggest for me, or what you've read that you didn't like, or anything you have to say about any kind of books right now. And that's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.